Namaste everyone. My name is Dr. Rosemary Chaube and I have been practicing astrology for the past 20 years. I learnt astrology from Gurudev Swami Chetnanand, and today I want to discuss the most buzzing topic globally, that is COVID-19 or coronavirus. Most of us are curious to know why did this happen and when is it going to end. It has caused job loss to millions, it has caused several deaths, and then there is so many more expected. A lot of negativity right now is ruling the whole world and everyone wants to know when this is going to end. First of all, why this happened? According to my readings, this happened because of the Saturn transit to Capricorn. Saturn transited to Capricorn in January 2020, and that is when different countries started going into lockdown. Why this happened? Because Saturn is the planet of isolation. Saturn is the planet of spirituality. You cannot become spiritual unless you are isolated from external factors, and this is what Saturn did. And what being spiritual means, it does not mean chanting, it does not mean praying, it does not mean doing several abhishekams. What spirituality means is going within, is realizing that you have a higher goal in life. It is realizing that non-material things are actually as important, if not more, than material things. This is that Saturn realizes, it wants to make us better human beings, and this is what this isolation did. This isolation made us cut down on our material expenses. It made us spend more time with family. It made us realize the mortality of our parents, of our children, and thus it is all transforming us into better, more loving human beings. It made us realize that we don't need to go on fancy vacations or buy fancy clothes or go and drink or party every weekend, but we are still happier and at more peace with ourselves than we've ever been probably in our lifetimes till now. This is what Saturn does. Saturn is the planet of isolation, and from January 2020, different countries started going into lockdown. This was one of the first things that coronavirus did. Of course, there were other planets at play, like Mercury. The cardiac arrest is one of the biggest killers of COVID-19 known globally. Cardiac arrest is caused mainly by the planet Mercury. So different planets, when they came to the fore, when they came into conjunction or were respecting Saturn, they devised their own methods to cause death. Other things that the transit of Saturn to Capricorn has done in the material world is Saturn rules oil, and for the first time in history, US experienced negative pricing of oil. Other than that, Saturn also rules stock market, because stock market is gambling. Gambling is connected to Saturn, and the stock market has rarely seen so much volatility as it did during these times. Saturn also rules mining. Again, the price of diamonds is coming down, whereas the price of gold is going to an all-time high. Mining completely volatile. This also is a result of Saturn. Other than this, the Indo-China war, the tension between US and China, I think this is another question that most of us have in our minds, whether there will be a war. So let me clarify this, there is not going to be any war at all. Live without any fear of a war. But what is going to happen for especially these three countries, US, China and India? US till December 2021 is going to suffer economically and is also going to suffer from a lot of internal enemies as well as external enemies. There will be a lot of turmoil politically, on the stock market, business-wise, income-wise for regular residents of US. This is what the US will be going through till December 2021. The next country that we are talking about is China. China will continue to prosper and will not be suffering so much of an economic setback as is expected, which other countries want to inflict on it. China will be more or less stable. And of course, my own home country, that is India. India, in fact, I had put a post on Facebook long back that India will be protected from the ill effects of coronavirus, whether it is the economy or it is the mortality rate. I had predicted back in April 2020 that India's mortality rate will remain low, although the infections will really rise. And that is exactly what is seen today. I had also predicted on Cora on April 23rd, 2020, I said that there will be no vaccine till September 2020 at least. Till September 2020, the cases are going to rise. And everybody is curious to know when will coronavirus end. So let me explain this, let me clarify this, let me talk about this. Coronavirus will end to a very great extent, almost to the point of being negligible, by December 2021. Till then, the cases of coronavirus will rise sporadically all across the world. Towards the second half of 2021, the mortality rates will go to an all-time low. Vaccine sounds very difficult, but even if it does come, it will not be before September 2020, as I had already predicted. So basically, international travel, another question on most people's mind. International travel will resume smoothly only by July 2021. Till then, there will be quarantine requirements in certain countries. There will be a second wave of infection in certain countries. So all travel freaks like me will have to wait till July 2021 for international travel to resume smoothly. This said, I'm just concluding whatever I've said right now. Virus not expected till September 2020. Coronavirus, the ill effects of coronavirus to be almost negligent by December 2021. India will not suffer greatly because of coronavirus. There will be no country going to war. US has to be wary of internal as well as external enemies, and the economy of US will not be doing well till December 2021. Any more questions? Other than this, of course, there is Saturn transit which is affecting the world and every individual, but this effect is only it only amounts to 30% of your individual chart. There is also your individual chart, which determines how much coronavirus or COVID-19 is going to impact you individually. For that, you may contact Divichetna Kendra, or you may contact me via email. Thank you. While the biggest fear in people's mind regarding coronavirus or COVID-19 is loss of life or being hospitalized, there are greater implications of Saturn transit to Capricorn, and which reflect in a person in the form of unemployment, loss of revenue, shutting down of businesses, feeling isolated, feeling suicidal, injury to the lower part of the body. These are what need to be tackled. If any individual has Saturn positioned in the 6th, 8th or 12th houses of their chart, or Saturn is aspecting 6th, 8th or 12th houses of the chart, they will bear the negative effects of Saturn transit more than others. And this needs to be tackled through appeasement of Saturn or through following various other methods, for which we can be contacted on the email addresses given below. Saturn eventually is a spiritual planet. Realize that all these hardships, all these difficult times are what will teach us how to be resilient, how to be strong, to figure out that we are born with a higher purpose in life, that there is God protecting us, and the closer you are to God, the lesser negative influences can affect us or bring us down. This is the time to be mentally strong, to be spiritually strong, and to be resilient and go higher and higher in your self-realization. Everything economically will smoothen only from January 2022. The best way to protect yourself against the ill effects of coronavirus is to please Lord Saturn. Avoid drinking alcohol, avoid eating non-veg on Saturdays, pray to Lord Saturn, pray to Lord Hanuman as much as possible, and every day chant Mahamrityunjay mantra to protect your health and to protect your loved one's health. Thank you so much.